Chapter 2. Professional Organizations, Development and Advancement. Key terms. Accreditation. Voluntary peer review process through which an agency grants recognition to an institution for a program of study that meets specified criteria. Certification. Voluntary process through which an agency grants recognition to an individual on demonstration, usually by examination, of specialized professional skills. Essentials and guidelines. Document specifying the minimum quality standards for the accreditation of an educational program as approved by the appropriate Joint Review Committee sponsors. Joint Review Committee, JRC. Group of persons appointed by sponsoring organizations to oversee the accreditation process. Licensure. Process by which a governmental agency, usually a state, grants permission to individuals to practice their profession. Registry. List of individuals holding certification in a particular profession. Sponsoring organization. Professional organization that appoints members to a Joint Review Committee board. Standards. Document specifying the minimum requirements for accreditation of an educational program by a Joint Review Committee. Accreditation of schools. Accreditation of schools sets the conditions under which new members qualify for entry into the profession. Accredited programs have satisfactorily demonstrated compliance with educational standards developed by and for the profession. These standards are set by the organizations that sponsor the accrediting agency. Each sponsoring organization appoints one or more members to the board of directors known as a Joint Review Committee, JRC. This board is the governing body of the organization, and its members make recommendations regarding the accreditation status of schools. The sponsoring organizations of the JRCs approve a document known as either the Essentials and Guidelines or the Standards, which details the minimum requirements for how an accredited program must operate. These documents typically require a program to demonstrate its purposes, its resources, the effectiveness of its outcomes, and other elements deemed important by the sponsoring organizations. The process of accreditation begins with an application from the program. On approval of the application, a comprehensive document known as a self-study must be compiled by the program according to guidelines set by the accrediting agency. On submission of this document, a team of site visitors is sent to verify the information provided in the self-study. Site visitors are volunteers from the profession who serve without pay, although the program being visited pays their expenses. The site visiting team submits a report of findings to the accrediting agency, and the agency staff reviews this report and presents it to the board for a vote on the recommended accreditation status. Typical accreditation award classifications include an initial award for new programs, provisional, probationary, and continual up to 8-year status, although this may vary with the specific accreditation agency. Fees are collected for the application and the site visit expenses, as is an annual fee from the sponsor of the program and sometimes for clinical education sites. Accreditation is a voluntary peer review process. Although accreditation is voluntary, few programs choose not to undergo the accreditation process. Nearly all schools value their accreditation status highly and work hard to maintain standards that meet, and often exceed, all the accreditation recommendations. A program may choose not to pursue programmatic accreditation and may rely on the accreditation awarded to a college or university under a regional institutional accrediting agency. A list of accrediting agencies, certification agencies, and professional societies is supplied in Appendix B. Joint Review Committee on Education in Diagnostic Medical Sonography. The Joint Review Committee on Education in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, JRCDMS, was established in 1983 and is currently sponsored by the following 10 organizations. American College of Cardiology. American College of Radiology, ACR. American Institute of Ultrasound in Medicine, AIUM. American Society of Echocardiography, ASE. American Society of Radiologic Technologists, ASRT. Joint Review Committee on Education in Diagnostic Medical Sonography, JRCDMS. Society of Diagnostic Medical Sonography, SDMS. Society for Vascular Surgery. Society for Vascular Ultrasound. Commission on Accreditation of Allied Health Education Programs, CAHUP. The JRCDMS accredits nearly 200 institutions, which may have from 1 to 3 accredited programs each and approximately 300 various learning concentrations. Joint Review Committee on Education in Cardiovascular Technology. The Joint Review Committee on Education in Cardiovascular Technology, JCRCVT, was established in 1985 and is responsible for reviewing programs seeking accreditation in cardiovascular technology, an allied health profession that provides diagnosis and treatment for cardiac and peripheral vascular diseases. The cardiovascular technologist provides services in a variety of medical settings and is often involved in the acquisition of diagnostic images in cardiovascular labs, echocardiography, and non-invasive peripheral vascular studies labs, including the use of Doppler ultrasound. The JRCCVT is currently sponsored by 6 organizations: the American College of Cardiology, the American College of Radiology, the American Society of Echocardiography, the Society for Vascular Ultrasound, the Society of Diagnostic Medical Sonography, and the Society of Invasive Cardiovascular Professionals. The JRCCVT is a member of the Commission on Accreditation of Allied Health Education Programs, CAHUP, which provides accreditation of the cardiovascular technology profession on a national level. The JRCCVT Joint Review Committee on Educational Programs in Nuclear Medicine Technology. The Joint Review Committee on Educational Programs in Nuclear Medicine Technology, JRCNMT, was established in 1970 and is currently sponsored by 4 organizations: the ACR, the ASRT, the Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging, and the Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging Technologists Section. The JRCNMT accredits approximately 70 nuclear medicine technology programs. Joint Review Committee on Education in Radiologic Technology. Radiography is considered to be the 5th oldest allied health profession because the first essentials document was established in 1944, after the Occupational Therapy, Medical Technology, Physical Therapy, and Medical Records Administration. Not until 1969 was the Joint Review Committee on Education in Radiologic Technology, JRCERT, established. The JRCERT board is currently nominated by the ACR, the ASRT, the Association of Educators in Imaging and Radiological Sciences, and the American Healthcare Radiology Administrators, AHRA. The JRCERT accredits more programs than any other allied health profession, approximately 700 programs in radiography, radiation therapy, medical dosimetry, and magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, programs. Certification of individuals. Professional certification is a process through which an agency grants recognition to an individual on demonstration, usually by examination, of specialized professional skills. It is a voluntary process and is the responsibility of the person, not of the person's school or employer. Each certification organization sets requirements for the recognition of professionals through registration, certification, or other recognition of skills by examination. Fees are charged for these services. Especially important are the annual fees for continued recognition. Failure to pay these fees or meet other requirements, such as verification of continuing education, CE, activities, results in the removal of an individual from the registration lists of the profession. Reinstatement may involve retaking an examination or returning to school, and a special fee is often charged. In many states, loss of professional certification will include loss of the individual's state license to practice, and therefore may result in the loss of a job. Actually, a registry is simply a list of individuals holding a particular certification. The term registry is commonly applied to the agency that carries out the certification function and maintains the registry list. Each registry is sponsored by appropriate professional organizations. The sponsoring organizations appoint the members of the board, and this board then determines the standards for the registry, such as eligibility requirements, examination questions, fees, and ethical standards. Nearly all hospitals in the United States require appropriate professional certification as a condition of employment. Physicians who desire high-quality imaging also insist on appropriate professional certification for the radiologic and imaging sciences professionals who perform radiography, ultrasonography, mammography, computed tomography, CT, magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, and other imaging or treatment services in their offices and clinics. Most professional societies, as well as many other professional organizations, maintain a social media presence on the Internet, especially on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. These sites can provide valuable insight into how a profession operates on the local, state, and national stages. American Registry for Diagnostic Medical Sonography. The American Registry for Diagnostic Medical Sonography, ARDMS, offers voluntary certification through examination to eligible sonographers and vascular technologists. Since its inception in 1975, ARDMS has certified approximately 200,000 persons. The ARDMS holds accreditation with the National Commission for Certifying Agencies, NCCA. The ARDMS offers 4 credentials: Registered Diagnostic Medical Sonographer, RDMS, Registered Diagnostic Cardiac Sonographer, RDCS, Registered Vascular Technologist, RVT, Registered Musculoskeletal Sonographer, RMSKS, and 1 certificate in midwife sonography. Eligibility to the midwife sonography certificate through the ARDMS is limited to those holding active certification as a certified midwife, CM, or certified nurse midwife, CNM, by the American Midwifery Certification Board, AMCB. Specialty areas within the RDMS credential include abdomen, OB, breast, BR, fetal echocardiography, FE, obstetrics and gynecology, OBGYN, and pediatric sonography, PS. Specialty areas within the RDCS credential include adult, pediatric, and FE. American Registry of Radiologic Technologists. The American Registry of Radiologic Technologists, ARRT, was founded in 1922 by the Radiological Society of North America, RSNA, with the support of the American Röntgen Ray Society, ARRS, and the cooperation of the Canadian Association of Radiologists and the American Society of X-ray Technicians, now known as the ASRT. In 1936 the ARRT was incorporated, and in 1944 the ACR and the ASRT became co-sponsors of the ARRT. Currently, the ASRT appoints 5 members, or trustees, to the ARRT board, and the ACR appoints 4 members. The purposes of the ARRT include encouraging the study and elevating the standards of radiologic technology, examining and certifying eligible candidates, and periodically publishing a listing of registrants. This mission is accomplished through voluntary certification by examination. Once an individual has passed the appropriate examination, they are listed in the registry and granted the right to use an appropriate professional title. This designation is Registered Technologist, RT, with a specialty designation for radiography, R, radiation therapy, T, nuclear medicine technology, N, cardiac interventional radiography, CI, vascular interventional radiography, 6, mammography, M, computed tomography, CT, and magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. Historically, designations for quality management, QM, and cardiovascular interventional radiography, CV, were offered. However, the ARRT no longer offers these disciplines. Individuals holding these credentials are still recognized while meeting the requirements to do so. In addition, the ARRT has added sonography, S, vascular sonography, VS, breast sonography, BS, bone densitometry, BD, and registered radiologist assistant, RRA, examinations. For example, a registered radiographer is designated as RT, R, ARRT. This designation is a registered trademark, and its use by non-ARRT registered individuals is illegal. Individuals must pay an annual fee to maintain active status with the ARRT and must adhere to the ARRT Code of Ethics. Members of the profession who violate the Code of Ethics, usually through criminal activity, may have their registration revoked. For example, former RTS who have been convicted of stealing from their employers often have their registration revoked. ARRT registrants also must certify that they have attended 24 hours of continuing education, CE, during the previous 2 years to maintain their registration status. This is often referred to as the biennium. CE became mandatory for ARRT registrants in 1995. In 2011, the ARRT implemented continuing qualification requirements, CQR, which must be completed every 10 years. CQR applies to all RTS and RRAs who earned their credential on or after January 1, 2011 and determines any gaps in knowledge and skill, prescribing a plan for remediation. The ARRT began offering registration in nuclear medicine technology and radiation therapy in 1962 and started post-primary examinations in 1991. Currently, the ARRT lists more than 330,000 registered technologists, many of whom have been certified in more than one professional specialty. Cardiovascular Credentialing International. The Cardiovascular Credentialing International, CCI, is an independent not-for-profit organization that was established in 1968 for the purpose of certifying cardiovascular professionals. CCI's Board of Trustees is composed of individuals that are directly advised by a board that represents the various cardiovascular specialty fields. The CCI focuses on credentialing and supports professional societies and associations, and educational programs. The CCI supports the following credentials within the field of radiologic and imaging sciences: Advanced Cardiac Sonographer, ACS, Registered Congenital Cardiac Sonographer, RCCS, Registered Cardiovascular Invasive Specialist, RCIS, Registered Cardiac Sonographer, RCS, Registered Phlebology Sonographer, RPHS, and Registered Vascular Specialist, RVs. Medical Dosimetrist Certification Board. The Medical Dosimetrist Certification Board, MDCB, credentials professionals who practice medical dosimetry, one of the oncologic professions. The MDCB offers the credential Certified Medical Dosimetrist, CMD, to those who pass their examination in medical dosimetry. Nuclear Medicine Technology Certification Board. The Nuclear Medicine Technology Certification Board, NMTCB, was founded in 1977 to certify technologists in nuclear medicine and molecular imaging. Current sponsors include the Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging, the Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging, Technologists Section, the Board of Pharmaceutical Specialties Council, and the Association of Physicists in Medicine. The purposes of the NMTCB include examining and certifying eligible candidates and periodically publishing a listing of registrants. This mission is accomplished through voluntary certification by examination. Once an individual has passed the appropriate examination, he or she becomes registered and is granted the right to use the title Certified Nuclear Medicine Technologist, CNMT. The NMTCB has approximately 15,000 certificates. The NMTCB also offers additional examinations for nuclear medicine technologists: the Radiation Safety Certification, NMTCB, RS, Computed Tomography Certification, NMTCB, CT, the Nuclear Cardiology Technologist Certification, NCT, Positron Emission Tomography Certification, PET, and the Nuclear Medicine Advanced Associate Certification, NMAA. State licensing agencies. Requirements to practice the radiologic and imaging sciences professions vary from state to state. Most, but not all, states and territories require a license, which can usually be obtained on providing proof of certification and registration from the appropriate national certification organization, a process known as licensure. The laws in effect vary tremendously from one state to another and can vary from year to year within a state as a result of new legislation. Most radiologic and imaging sciences professionals do not experience difficulty in moving employment from one state to another because proper licensing is usually a matter of submitting the appropriate paperwork and fees. Verifying current licensing requirements is important before practicing in a new state because penalties may be assessed for practicing without a license. Many professional societies maintain current lists of contact information for all states with licensing requirements for their members. For example, the ASRT website provides a link to individual state licensure information. Professional societies. Professional societies represent the interests of various groups to the public and to governmental bodies. The radiologic sciences have many such organizations, with new ones forming and others combining or ceasing operations from time to time. These organizations usually publish professional journals, conduct educational meetings, and represent their members to governmental bodies. They also often provide CE verification, scholarships, special reports, information networking, recruitment and promotional materials, malpractice insurance, and other services for their members. Most professional societies offer significant discounts to student members, as well as scholarships and research grants specifically designed to foster professional development of credentialed technologists and students in the professions. Some of the most important professional societies are described here. American Association of Medical Dosimetrists. The American Association of Medical Dosimetrists, AAMD, is an international society established to promote and support the medical dosimetry and treatment planning profession. AAMD publishes the journal Medical Dosimetry, provides CE, and represents medical dosimetrists. Association for Medical Imaging Management. The Association for Medical Imaging Management, AHRA, American Healthcare Radiology Administrators, was organized to promote management practice in the administration of imaging services. Membership is open to professionals engaged in the practice of radiology administration in both hospital and non-hospital settings, as well as to others in service or education who have limited management responsibilities. AHRA provides a broad range of services for its members, including the journal Radiology Management, a newsletter, and monographs. The association holds regular educational meetings and an annual conference, as well as providing online resources. They offer the Certified Radiology Administrator, CRA, examination for radiology administrators. AHRA has strong cooperative ties with other professional associations and has spearheaded the Summit on Manpower, a consortium of radiology and healthcare organizations concerned with labor shortages in radiology. American Society of Echocardiography. The American Society of Echocardiography, ASE, is an organization of physicians, scientists, veterinarians, cardiovascular sonographers, and nurses committed to excellence in cardiovascular ultrasound and its application to patient care through education, advocacy, research, innovation, and service to both members and the public. ASE was founded in 1975 and has more than 17,000 members nationally and internationally. They publish curricular and standards documents for sonographers. They publish the Journal of the American Society of Echocardiography and Cardiovascular Imaging Case Reports. American Society of Radiologic Technologists. The ASRT was founded in 1920. As the most prominent national professional voice for RTS, the ASRT represents individual practitioners, educators, managers, and administrators, and students in the primary pathways of radiography, radiation therapy, magnetic resonance imaging, nuclear medicine technology, sonography, and radiologist assistant programs, as well as the many post-primary credentials pathways. The ASRT has more than 156,000 members, nearly half of the RTS in the United States. The mission of the ASRT is to advance the professions of radiologic technology and imaging specialties and to enhance the quality of patient care. The ASRT publishes peer-reviewed, refereed journals, Radiologic Technology and Radiation Therapist, and produces educational curricular guides and other materials of all types. Association of Educators in Imaging and Radiologic Sciences. The Association of Educators in Imaging and Radiologic Sciences, AIRS, was founded in 1967. Its primary purposes are to encourage the exchange of teaching concepts, to help establish minimum standards for teaching radiologic technologies, and to advance radiologic education by encouraging educational research and technical writing by its members. AIRS is a national association of educators. It holds meetings and publishes radiologic science and education, spectrum, and other educational data. Association of Vascular and Interventional Radiographers. The Association of Vascular and Interventional Radiographers, AVIR, was organized to represent radiographers and allied healthcare professionals specializing in cardiovascular and interventional radiology. The AVIR offers members a newsletter and regional meetings. International Society for Magnetic Resonance in Medicine Section for Magnetic Resonance Radiographers and Technologists, SMRT. The International Society for Magnetic Resonance in Medicine, ISMREM, was founded in 1994. Its major purpose is to further the development and application of magnetic resonance techniques in medicine and biology by promoting communications, research development applications, and the availability of information in the fields of MRI and spectroscopy. To accomplish this purpose, the ISMREM holds meetings and workshops, publishes 2 journals and other documents, provides information and advice on aspects of public policy concerned with magnetic resonance in medicine, and otherwise performs charitable, scientific, and educational functions with respect to magnetic resonance in medicine and biology. The ISMREM's periodicals include a newsletter called Resonance and 2 journals titled Magnetic Resonance in Medicine and Journal of Magnetic Resonance Imaging. The section for Mr. Radiographers and Technologists, SMRT, publishes a newsletter and a journal, Magnetic Resonance Imaging Technology. International Society of Radiographers and Radiological Technologists. The International Society of Radiographers and Radiological Technologists, ISRITE, was founded in 1959 as an organization of national societies of RTS. The ISRITE is an international non-governmental organization with official relations with the World Health Organization. The primary objectives of the ISRITE are to facilitate communication among RTS worldwide, to advance the science and practice of radiologic technology, and to identify and help meet the needs of radiologic technologists, RTS, in developing nations. The ISRITE holds world congresses on a 2-year cycle. The ISRITE publishes a semi-annual newsletter, proceedings of meetings, and translations of various documents of interest to the profession. Over 70 member countries representing more than 500,000 radiographers belong to the ISRITE. Each member country appoints a representative to the ISRITE World Council, which serves as the governing body. The Secretary General of the organization serves as the liaison for the Council, as well as the office. The ISRITE offers associate membership to individuals wishing to support the organization. Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging. The Society of Diagnostic Medical Sonography, SDMS, is the largest professional society for sonographers, representing every specialty and level of expertise. SDMS was founded in 1970 to answer the needs of non-physicians who were performing diagnostic sonographic procedures. Its goals are to promote, advance, and educate its members and the medical community in the science of diagnostic medical sonography and thereby contribute to the enhancement of patient care. This goal is accomplished through educational programs, scientific and professional publications, and representation and collaboration with other organizations. SDMS publishes the Journal of Diagnostic Medical Sonography. Society for Imaging Informatics in Medicine. The Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging, TINME, is a multidisciplinary organization of physicians, physicists, chemists, radiopharmacists, technologists, and others interested in the diagnostic, therapeutic, and investigational use of radiopharmaceuticals. Founded in Seattle in 1954, the TINME is the largest scientific organization dedicated to nuclear medicine. The technologist section of the TINME was formed in 1970 to meet the needs of the nuclear medicine technologist. It is a scientific organization formed with, but operating autonomously from, the TINME to promote the continued development and improvement of the art and science of nuclear medicine technology. Its ongoing objectives are to enhance the development of nuclear medicine and molecular imaging, to stimulate CE activities, and to develop a forum for the exchange of ideas and information. The Technologists section provides nuclear medicine technologists, and related professionals, with a mechanism to deal directly with issues that concern them, such as CE, academic affairs, and socio-economic issues. The organization publishes a journal called Journal of Nuclear Medicine Technology, or JNMT. Society for Vascular Ultrasound. The Society for Vascular Ultrasound, SVU, represents vascular technologists, vascular physicians, surgeons, cardiologists, vascular laboratory managers, students, and other allied medical ultrasound professionals. SVU was founded in 1977 and has more than 6,400 members. SVU publishes curricular and standards documents for vascular sonographers and technologists. Its journal is the Journal for Vascular Ultrasound. State and local radiologic technology societies. Nearly all states and many cities and regions have local professional societies that carry out many of the functions of the larger national organizations for their states or regions. In many instances, these organizations serve as chapters or affiliates of the larger groups, although these connections may be formal or simply loose affiliations. State and local societies often make special efforts to cater to the needs of students and new members of professions with opportunities to begin a career through scholarships, student competitions, publishing, exhibits, and committee work, as well as through positions as board members. Radiologist and physicist organizations. American Association of Physicists in Medicine. The American Association of Physicists in Medicine, AAPM, is the most prominent organization of radiation physicists, with over 8,000 members. Its annual meeting is held in conjunction with the RSNA meeting each year in Chicago. American Board of Radiology. The American Board of Radiology, abridged, was established in 1934 to conduct the certification of radiologists. The abridged has 3 certification divisions: diagnostic radiology, interventional radiology, and radiation oncology, as well as various subspecialties. The basic requirement for eligibility for these examinations is a medical degree plus 4 years of residency training. A written examination must be passed before a candidate is eligible for the oral examination. The abridged also offers certification for medical physics and special competence examinations in diagnostic medical physics, nuclear medical physics, and therapeutic medical physics. American College of Radiology. With nearly 40,000 members, the ACR is the principal organization of physicians trained in radiology, radiation oncology, nuclear medicine physicians, and medical physicists in the United States. The ACR is a professional society whose primary purposes are to advance the science of radiology, improve service to the patient, study the socio-economic aspects of the practice of radiology, and encourage CE for radiologists and persons practicing in allied professional fields. American Institute of Ultrasound in Medicine. Physicians, engineers, scientists, sonographers, students, and other healthcare professionals involved with diagnostic medical sonography make up the AIUM. The AIUM promotes the application of ultrasound in clinical medicine, diagnostics, and research, promotes the study of its effects on tissue, recommends standards for its applications, and promotes education in the use of ultrasonics for medical purposes. American Medical Association. The American Medical Association, AMA, was founded in Philadelphia in 1847 and is considered the largest and most active medical organization in the world. At the founding meeting, the delegates adopted the first code of medical ethics and established the first nationwide standards for preliminary medical education and the degree of medical doctor. More than 300,000 U.S. physicians, approximately 70% of those practicing, belong to the AMA. The activities of the AMA include promotion and regulation of all aspects of medicine in the United States, including the allied health professions. The AMA publishes the most widely distributed medical journal in the world, the Journal of the American Medical Association, also known as JAMA, which is published weekly. American Röntgen Ray Society. The ARRS is the oldest U.S. radiologic society. Founded in 1900 in St. Louis, the society had approximately 7,000 members by the early 1990s. Its primary objectives are educational, which are met through meetings and publication of the American Journal of Röntgenology. American Society for Radiation Oncology. The purpose of the American Society for Radiation Oncology, formerly known as the American Society for Therapeutic Radiology and Oncology ASTRO is to extend the benefits of radiation therapy to patients with cancer or other disorders, to advance its scientific basis, and to provide for the education and professional fellowship of its members. The society was formally incorporated in 1958 as an organization of physicians who believed that radiation, formerly used only as a diagnostic tool, had potential value as an interventional modality in the treatment of malignant disease. Today, ASTRO has more than 4,000 members, including many radiation therapists, and is the leading organization for radiation oncology, biology, and physics. ASTRO publishes a newsletter and an annual membership directory. The organization also makes a major commitment to education and research through awards, fellowships, travel grants, and contributions to accredited technology programs. International Society for Clinical Densitometry. The International Society for Clinical Densitometry, ISCD, was founded in 1993 and provides a central resource for scientific disciplines with an interest in bone mass measurement. The society has more than 2,700 members from over 25 countries and offers a technical certification examination for individuals who perform BD, as well as CE and accreditation for clinical sites. Radiological Society of North America. The Western Röntgen Society was founded in Chicago in 1915 in response to a need for a national radiology organization because the ARRS had become an Eastern organization. In 1920 the organization was renamed the RSNA to reflect the nature of its membership. Since 1918, RSNA has published the most influential journal in American radiology, known simply as Radiology and often referred to as the Gray Journal because of its traditional color, representing the shades of gray that make up the radiologic image. In 1981 a second journal, Radiographics, was added and RSNA currently publishes 5 premier journals. The organization has more than 53,000 members from 145 countries. RSNA conducts the world's largest radiology meeting, with more than 55,000 registrants in Chicago each November. The organization also provides research grants totaling several $1 million annually to members of the professions. Society for Imaging Informatics in Medicine. The Society for Imaging Informatics in Medicine, SIIM, formerly the Society for Computer Applications in Radiology, SCAR, was founded in 1989 under the Radiology Information System Consortium, RISC, to serve as a resource for imaging professionals interested in the current and future use of computers in medical imaging. SCAR, now SIIM, the organization serves a multidisciplinary community that provides a focal point for those using informatics in medical imaging with a strong emphasis on enterprise imaging and looking to develop as imaging informatics professionals. Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging. See the discussion on the Society of Nuclear Medicine and Molecular Imaging Technologists section. Professional Development and Advancement. The radiologic and imaging sciences offer a variety of wide range of opportunities to grow not only in the profession, but also in your career. The first step is to earn the primary credential in radiography, radiation therapy, sonography, nuclear medicine technology or MRI radiographers, radiation therapists, sonographers, nuclear medicine technologists, and MRI technologists are required to earn a minimum of an associate's degree in order to meet the minimum requirements for ARRT eligibility. Sonographers seeking the RDMS credential are required to complete an accredited sonography or allied health program recognized by the Council of Higher Education Accreditation, CHIA, United States Department of Education, USDO, or Canadian Medical Association, CMS, to pursue eligibility through the ARDMS. Once the primary credential is earned, it must be maintained through CE and CQRs. Over time, the credentialed radiologic and imaging sciences professional may discover an interest in other modalities. The primary credential in radiography, R, is a bridge to post-primary credentialing in mammography, M, CT, BD, MRI, CI, 6, VS, and RRA through the ARRT. The primary credentials in nuclear medicine, N, and radiation therapy, T, are each a bridge to post-primary credentialing in CT, MRI, BD, and VS through the ARRT. The primary credential in sonography, S, is a bridge to the post-primary credentials in MRI, VS, and BS through the ARRT. The primary credentials for RDMS, RDCS, RVT, and RMSKS through the ARDMS require the candidate to successfully pass the Sonography Principles and Instrumentation, SPI, exam. Once the SPI exam has been passed, the next step is to pass one of the specialty exams. The specialty exams for the RDMS credential include OB, BR, FE, OBGYN, and PS. The specialty exams for the RDCS credential include Adult Echocardiography, AE, FE, and Pediatric Echocardiography, PE. The specialty exam for the RVT credential includes Vascular Technology, VT. The specialty exam for the RMSKS credential includes Musculoskeletal Sonographer, MSKS. There are a variety of ways of advancing your career as a radiologic and imaging sciences professional. Several are discussed here, but this should not be considered an all-inclusive list. The radiologic and imaging sciences professional holding multiple credentials is appealing to many employers, providing an opportunity to work across multiple modalities and potentially step into a modality leadership role. The medical imaging field also offers opportunities for the radiologic and imaging sciences professional to cross into the commercial realm or even imaging informatics. Imaging informaticists enjoy a career that intersects clinical healthcare and information and computer sciences. The imaging informatics professional, IIP, is a multidisciplinary individual with a blend of technical, clinical, and business skills, oftentimes holding credentials in the radiologic and imaging sciences. Radiology administration is another avenue that the radiologic and imaging sciences professional may pursue, which typically requires a bachelor's or master's degree, often in business or healthcare administration. The radiology administrator is responsible for a variety of management duties in addition to technical skills. Academia is another avenue that the radiologic and imaging sciences professional may pursue. A career as a radiologic and imaging sciences educator can be very rewarding, with opportunities for careers as a clinical instructor, didactic instructor, clinical coordinator, and program director. The possibilities abound for the radiologic and imaging science professional to advance in their career. Summary. A major part of the fabric of a profession is its organizations, especially the accrediting agencies for educational programs, the certification bodies for individuals, and the professional societies that represent the interests of the profession to the public and government. Radiologic and imaging sciences accreditation is carried out through the various JRCs, the JRCDMS, JRCCVT, the JRCERT, and the JRCNMT, which perform sonography, cardiovascular technology, radiography, radiation therapy, medical dosimetry, and MRI programs, and nuclear medicine accreditation. Individuals are certified by the various registries and by state and territorial licensing agencies. The national registries are the ARDMS, the ARRT, MDCB, and the NMTCB. The ARRT offers primary registration in radiography, R, radiation therapy, T, nuclear medicine technology, N, magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, sonography, S, and vascular sonography, VS. Radiologic and imaging sciences professionals are represented by numerous societies at the international, national, state, and local levels. Among the most prominent of these organizations are AHRA, ASRT, AIRS, AVIR, ISRITE, SDMS, SMRT, and TINME Technologists Section. Radiologists and physicists are also represented by numerous organizations. Among those with the strongest ties to radiologic technology are AAPM, ACR, AIUM, AMA, ARRS, ASTRO, ISCD, RSNA, SIIM, and TINME. Together, these organizations constitute the full strength of the radiologic sciences profession by their activities in accreditation, certification, and representation.